Mic check, 1, 2. Believe we are live. We are live. Welcome, Jess Spartacus. Yes, you are first. Just checking my levels here before we begin. Great to have you here. First one, Wizard Jasper. Great to have you here for yet another Warrior Wednesday with Wizard Walt. Shout out to Spartacus for the name. Has a little ring to it. If you're... Oh, sound is cutting off. Hold on, let me see. Hello, hello. Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. Am I cutting off? Hold on, I'm trying to get us... I'm pretty good on my end. I would check your connection. Yeah, it's looking pretty smooth on my end. Pretty good on my end. I would check your connection. Yeah, my connection is at peak levels at the moment. 0 dropped frames, 60 frames per second. 5.3% CPU usage, so pretty good on my end. But let me know how things are going. Maybe try to check your internet and you should be good now. Okay, cool. That'll do it. Well, welcome. As we have Warriors trickle in here. For those watching the recording as well, we got a pretty fun and interesting topic on the discussion of supplementation. It's one of the most popular things to be chatting about when it comes to health and fitness, because it's all about convenience, right? Because most people want convenience in their life. People don't like doing hard shit, and unfortunately, it's the hard shit that actually gets the results. So I normally don't have this conversation unless it's specifically for optimization. And when it comes to optimization, you shouldn't be really focusing on optimization unless you have a couple years of experience in the fitness game. Now, what do I mean by couple years of experience in the fitness game? I meant actual structured training, nutrition, and consistency for 2+ years. For some people, that might be scattered throughout 4, 5, 6 years, right? A lot of people start in January and then end in February or March, right? And most people are not following a structured program or a structured approach, which also reduces the experience gain that you would have if you were actually following a structured approach. And I even have to explain this. What is a structured approach? A structured approach is one that is custom built from the ground up based on, number one, scientifically proven principles when it comes to training and nutrition. Also, personalization and customization based on your strengths and weaknesses. So this means all of your barriers when it comes to health and fitness. It could be time. It could be aspects of training like strength, technique. It could be recovery aspects. It could be lack of sleep, whatever that may be. That is a structured approach based on the principles that I have been teaching and the principles that we follow at Infinite. So all that being said, yeah, structured approach of consistent training for at least 2+ years is typically when I talk about supplementation. And I'll explain in a little bit of why I think that's when the conversation should start. However, if you are here just to learn about supplementation, if you're here to just see my insight on supplementation, learn more about it, learn supplements that I enjoy, supplements that I take, supplements that I recommend for beginners, because this conversation is for beginners. This isn't going to be a high-level conversation talking about scientific studies, breaking down supplements by the ingredient. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but the whole point is to just have that foundational discussion about supplements, because most people, the first thing that they do when they get involved in fitness and want to achieve or pursue their health and fitness goals is they always start with supplements. And that is the worst foundation that you can build when it comes to your long-term fitness progression in the fitness game. It should not be starting with supplementation. Supplementation should be the last thing that you're worried about when it comes to your health and fitness progress. And the reason why most people just default to focusing on supplements because it's the easiest thing. You buy a supplement, you take the supplement, and most people think that magically it's going to get them to where they want to be. And unfortunately, people are throwing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars down the drain buying supplements that either are ineffective, they're not fully leveraging and utilizing the benefits of these supplements, or they just simply don't take it correctly. And the list kind of goes on and on. So would love to hear your opinion before we begin on supplements. Do you take supplements? If so, what level are you at? Were you taking supplements when you first started your health and fitness journey? If you're just starting your health and fitness journey, are you taking supplements? Curious. Let me know in the chat. This is a conversation. This is live, not a lecture. We're live here, so love your feedback. We got some take supplements in place of everything. Yeah. I guess it's they're getting their money's worth, or they try to. But unfortunately, that's just not how the game is played. It's like trying to, instead of playing the game, you're just trying to buy like the booster pack, right? In like some type of game, and thinking that it's just going to automatically like boost you in front of everyone else. But in reality, you gotta practice, right? You gotta get good. It's not going to affect your skill sets in the game. It's literally just going to enhance whatever you've built inside the game. So if you suck at the game, supplements are not going to boost you to someone that is going to be good at the game, right? That's just not how it works in the real life fitness game. Maybe in the virtual fitness game, but at least at Infinite, we deal with the real life. The real life game that we're all playing every single day. So, that being said, I definitely want to premise this conversation by sharing a little bit about myself, just in case you don't know and you're catching this and seeing me for the first time. My name is Walter Chambers. I am the creator, founder, lead designer, and master wizard at Infinite, the fitness fantasy RPG, where we turn fitness into a game-like, science-backed adventure where you unlock your inner warrior. We basically combine scientific principles for physical training, nutrition, as well as mental intellect, along with the gaming systems and gaming psychology built into role playing games to create a fun and engaging experience that is results driven and transformative to your lifestyle. So, before I even created Infinite, I started off my health and fitness journey just like everyone else, just wanting to lose weight or just gain muscle and just get fit, like, just improve the quality of my life, and you know really be confident with who I wanted to see in the mirror. It wasn't until 2011, when I actually graduated high school, that I started to study supplementation specifically. And to dive a little bit deeper, I ended up eventually becoming a sports performance supplement specialist. So I was basically specializing in sports performance supplements. So basically any supplements that can affect athletic performance, and also improve the quality of your sleep, and improve pain. So joint related supplementation, also hydration, so on and so forth, all the things that can affect your performance and recovery. So that's where I started even before I became a trainer, which is wild to even kind of think about. Like, I started in supplementation, basically consulting, before I even started to do the physical training aspect with other people. So part of that process was really breaking down people's current supplementation protocol, what they're purchasing on a consistent basis, the supplements that they're taking, where it's sourced from, the ingredients, and really also figuring out other challenges or problematic areas that are far more important that supplementation can either improve or not, right? So really breaking down people on an individual basis was the start of my kind of coaching and consulting journey here. And along on that journey, I found out how corrupt the supplementation industry is. People are getting deceived on a daily basis, with marketing, false advertising and marketing, thinking that these supplements are going to save them, thinking that these supplements are going to just magically solve their problems. And unfortunately, it is a pretty weak band-aid. One that you have to invest money every single month to keep the band-aid on. The moment you take the band-aid off, you're now back to square one. That is supplements in a nutshell. The moment you stop taking supplements, the use case, the usability, the effectiveness will start to go out the window. Okay? But you got to also understand one thing as well, is it's only this much of your progress. I even say it's less than 5% of your results on a day-to-day, week-to-week, and month-to-month progression, generally. 5%. I think it's even less, but simply because we could get into training, and I don't want to get into that. But anyway, supplementation is low on the total poll, and I will also want to kind of bring into the conversation nutrition. It is a very, very important topic, and I want to show you an article that I wrote literally a long time ago, years ago, and back in 2021, a month after we launched Infinite, I wrote this article, The Pyramid of Nutrition Priorities. You could find this article and a lot more at INFINITERPG.com. You can head over to the archives, where we have a number of different categories, from step-by-step guides, literally articles dedicated to physical training, nutrition, mindset, and much, much more. So feel free to visit the archives at INFINITERPG.com. You can register for bronze tier completely for free. You can access all of this valuable information completely for free. So take advantage of that while it's free. But there's something that I want to kind of show you. I'm not going to go fully deep into this, but it's this pyramid. And this is basically the pyramid of nutrition priorities. Number 1, calories. Number 2, macros. Number 3, micronutrition. Number 4, meal timing and frequency. And number 5, supplements. If you notice one thing on this, supplements are at the top of the pyramid. And it being at the top of the pyramid doesn't mean it's the most important. The bottom of the pyramid is the most important. Okay? And again, calories, depending on your goals, and regardless of your goals, whether it's building muscle, burning body fat, whatever that may be, calories are going to dictate a lot of your progress and results, right? If you can't manage your calories, everything else kind of breaks down in the pyramid, right? That's why it's at the bottom of the pyramid. But macronutrients is next. That's your protein, carbs, and fats. Your micronutrients, there are tons and tons of micronutrients. That's pretty much the primary means of improving your overall health, is making sure you're getting plenty of micronutrients through fruits, veggies, and all number of different food sources. Meal timing and frequency is another one. That's a big sensitive topic. When should I be eating my meals? What's the most effective time to be eating your meals? Just generally, the more high protein meals that you have throughout the day, the better for recovery, muscle growth, muscle maintenance and retention, and much, much more. And then lastly is supplements. Why is supplements so low in the totem pole? Because it's literally in the name. It's supposed to supplement. It's supposed to be a supplement for your calories, macros, micronutrients, meal timing, frequency, and all these other different aspects. Everything else, when it comes to supplements, can be solved primarily 99.9% through nutrition. So if there's anyone out there that says you have to take supplements, never talk to them again. Never talk to them again. Because you can get majority of the ingredients that are inside supplements via food. Okay? Now, obviously, this is a positive conversation about supplements. But I just want to mention that for beginners here, it's important to mention this foundation, right? There are far more important things to focus on if you're a beginner than supplements. Now, if you're advanced, right, we can have a deeper conversation on optimization, because being 1% better is significant for you if you've been doing this for a long, long time. So that's a deeper conversation. But for beginners, just know supplements are low on the totem pole here. We have a comment. There's a lot of people that put supplements at the bottom. Big mistake. Yeah, a lot of people put supplements first, and they don't get the results that they're looking for. They might feel a difference, but it's not the massive difference that they could be getting if they were focusing on the more important areas, primarily nutrition. So I wanted to mention that and show that, because that's super important when it comes to just building a foundation for success in the health and fitness game. So other than that, I want to kind of go over the thought process of even considering supplements. So maybe you are, okay, you're a beginner. What supplements do I take if I want to take supplements? Like maybe nothing I said convinced you to not take supplements, which is okay, right? If you want to spend your money, you can spend it on wherever you want. In my opinion, I would invest that money into an actual coach, trainer, or mentor at Infinite, so that you can actually get a structured approach and actually build your foundation. But if you're like, hey, I want to do that and get some supplements too, nothing wrong with that. So what supplements should you take? What's the process of choosing supplements? What are the good and bad supplements out there? What should I look out for? Where should I buy supplements? What supplements do I take? What supplements do we back at Infinite, being a science-backed approach? Well, Legion Athletics has been our supplement partner for, at least my supplement partner, for my training clients, my online coaching clients, and everyone at Infinite since 2017. So going on 7 years now, and they are, in my opinion, the best supplement company out there when it comes to quality, using science-backed quantity and dosages, and as well as transparency of what's inside their supplementation, and even more importantly, education. But that's just our personal preference, right? There's plenty of great supplement companies out there, but Legion Athletics is the one that we choose. So I highly recommend looking into Legion Athletics, and I'm going to show some of those supplements later on. But if you'd like to give them a try, feel free to use our code INFINITE, INFITNITE. You can get 20% off their supplements if you want to dive in. They're having today's the last day of their 4th of July sale, so if you like to save some cash, if you want to invest in some supplements that I talk about today, feel free to do that. But other than that, there are plenty of places, plenty of supplements out there. So what I want to do is actually want to go to probably the number one place that you can probably look at supplements and just discover a plethora of supplements out there, which is not there. Here. Hold on one second. Which is bodybuilding.com. Let me know in the chat if you heard of bodybuilding.com. Do you buy your supplements off bodybuilding.com? Yay or nay? Let me know in the chat. So, I was just looking at what they're advertising here. So basically, this little background, bodybuilding.com was actually the first website that I ever bought supplements from in my life. This was like, we got one person. I have nice. This was a this is something I remember. I bought my first supplement. First supplement I ever bought was whey protein. By Muscle Milk, the company. So, I never forget the first time I had a whey protein supplement. I wasn't sure what it was or how to like use it, and all I did was like I poured it in some water and then mixed it with a spoon, and it was like the thickest, most uncomfortable thing that tasted terrible. That I ever had. I never forget. Like, it was such a deterrent for me to actually like consistently buy supplements. I never forget when I first took whey, man. It was so bad. It was so bad for me. So that is pretty much one supplement that I typically recommend. If you are struggling to get your protein intake in, and you're either working all day, or you're traveling, or you just need to get an extra boost of protein at the end of the day, that's pretty much an easy go-to if you're a beginner. Now, there's a difference between relying on whey protein as your primary source of protein. Now, I typically recommend never going more than 2 scoops, typically. Okay? If majority of your protein intake is coming through supplement form, you're going to get a lot of adverse reactions when it comes to your digestive system. Okay, it's going to be much more difficult for you to digest this protein because it's a milk product, and most people, especially as they get older, the way they digest milk products gets harder and harder, more and more difficult, because of the enzymes. But typically, I would limit it to 1 to 2 scoops. And I would get majority of your protein intake either via from whatever protein source that fits you. If you're vegan sources. If you're a carnivore, all the different types of meat sources. So that's my kind of typical go-to there when it comes to whey protein and things like that. My mouse just died. Wow, terrible. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can get back in action here. Alright, I think we're back in action here. Let me know in the chat if you're with me. The heat literally, made my whole entire power block die here. So let me know if you're here with me. Drop a comment. Let me make sure I'm still live here. Cool. Alright. I'm still live. Alright. Let's continue. So, protein supplements. So, let's say we go over here. Again, I'm not promoting, shilling any particular supplements, as you already know. You already know where we are aligned at Infinite here. But, let's say we go over here, whey protein. Now, there's different types of whey proteins. Honestly, if you're just a beginner, any whey protein is going to work great. You don't need to focus on isolate. You don't need to focus on casein. Just focus on just general whey protein powder. So, obviously, there's a lot of ways to look at supplements when you're looking to buy. Now, word of advice when you're looking at supplements. If you're trying to buy supplements on a budget, that's great. But just from my experience, the cheapest supplements are not going to be the most beneficial to you. Not all whey protein supplements are the same. Okay? And if you're really trying to race to the bottom when it comes to making sure you're getting the cheapest supplements available, you're going to be throwing a lot of money away, really just relying on cheap ingredients that just really aren't going to truly give you the impact and results that you're looking for by taking the supplement. So I want to premise that, honestly, if you're trying to spend the least amount on supplements, I would possibly save up, then try to get a higher quality protein supplement, or just higher quality supplement in general, or just divert that investment into something else that's going to be far more valuable than a supplement, which is an actual training program, an actual nutrition program, or actual mentorship or coaching. That's going to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to all the different types of avenues that you can go down to improve your results here. So want to mention that. Now, let's actually look into some of these supplements. So, what to look for in a whey protein supplement. Cool. So, there's a lot of different factors when it comes to protein supplements. Now, the first thing that I always go to that you should check out too is the ingredients. Okay? Learn how to look at ingredient labels. That is one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give, is really look how to read labels. So how do you read the labels? Well, number one, servings, right? How much are you getting in this, right? Number two, calories. How much calories are in per serving, right? You'll know that, hey, if you're getting super high calories in your whey protein supplement, that means there's going to be a lot of carbohydrates or a lot of fillers in there that are boosting up the calorie intake, right? You want your protein supplement to be primarily protein. And of course, how much protein is in each serving. That's very, very important, right? If you are taking a protein supplement that is 20 grams compared to 25 or 30, that's important. Then also on the ingredient label, make sure that you're looking at the actual ingredients. Now, here's the one thing about the ingredients that I don't like, and this is like not to look at the bodybuilding.com supplement particularly. It's just across site-wide, you just don't know how much of anything is really in here. You have to either dig or search. This guy has a thumbs down for some reason. I don't know why. But you have to really dig and search for more information about how much of each ingredient is in the supplement. This is something most people don't care about or even care to look, right? This is particularly a protein blend of whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, and whey protein hydrolysate, which is just different types of proteins. They explain what these different types of proteins are for, which are accurate, but how much of each protein is in here, right? That's important because, again, when it comes to supplementation, there are regulations in place that can literally allow you to put something as, hey, this is an ingredient in here, and can literally have less than a gram of it. And that's what a lot of protein supplements do to save money and to also market their product better, is they put the cheapest form of whey protein in here, which is most likely going to be isolate, and then they put trace amounts of concentrate and hydrolysate, which are more higher, I guess you could call higher quality versions of whey, just to add it in and say, hey, we got different types of whey in here, got this protein blend, but it's not going to really maximize your, I guess, the value that you're getting from the whey protein, right? So you have to take that into consideration of, hey, is this product actually showing me what's inside it? You know, on the label right here on the front, it says there's 100 milligrams of digestive enzymes, 5.5 grams of BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acids. But what are the branched chain amino acids, right? There's not just one branched chain amino acids. There's tons. They could literally pump 5.4 grams of the worst branched chains, the lowest quality, the cheapest versions, right? The cheapest ones that don't stimulate muscle growth and recovery, and then charge you $40. Literally, they can do that. And you would not even know, because it doesn't tell you how much of anything is in here. And this is the deception when it comes to buying supplements. There's so many ways for them to trick you to buy their supplements, and you don't even know what's in it. Literally, it could cost them $10 to source the ingredients and package it, and then they could be charging you $40 for it, and there's a whole bunch of trash and junk in the supplement. They do that all the time. You have to be careful, and the biggest ways to prevent that from happening is understanding and just making sure that you're looking in at, number one, the ingredients label here, so you know what's in it, and you're actually seeing the ingredients in here. But number two, transparency. Are they being transparent with how much of this stuff is in here? So that's so important when you're trying to invest in supplements based on quality. That's the big thing. You have to focus when it comes to supplementation. Don't just rely on the cheapest supplements that are available out there. You're throwing money down the drain. I'm telling you, the cheapest ingredients are not going to yield the same results as the higher quality ingredients. That's just how it is. And just remember, supplements are still nowhere even close to actual nutrition. Remember, everything that you can get from a supplement, you can get from nutrition for the most part. So just wanted to premise that whey protein was like the most popular supplement that people were taking back when I was a supplement specialist. So it's really, really good to know that this is the kind of like the lens that you want to look at supplements. So I'm not singling out bodybuilding.com protein supplement. Hey, I'm sure it's popular. I'm sure it's decent, but there's just not enough information for me to be like, I'm going to give you $40 for this protein, for me to be confident in what's inside it. So that being said, let's look at some other options here. Let's see here. I'm trying to hopefully pull out something good. Wow, we got Legion at bodybuilding.com. Had no idea. That's very, very interesting. Should we jump to that right off the bat? Yeah, why not? Let's give an example. I'll give another good example. So, big thing right off the bat, right? Let's jump straight to the ingredients label. Let's see here. I wish I could. Can I zoom in? Can you guys see that? Yeah, I think you guys can see that. Just look at the difference between this ingredient label and the other one. Pretty much the same when it comes to supplement facts, right? Big difference that I see is number one, calories are less. So you're getting less calories. Carbohydrates are about the same. Protein is about the same. And this is primarily a whey protein isolate, so it's not a blend. And then you can also see the other ingredients: whey protein isolate, non-GMO, sunflower oil, pretty normal stuff. Some stevia for flavoring and things like that, ground cinnamon for this particular flavor. But here's the big point, is what else is inside here, right? So they say 5.6 grams of BCAAs, right? Pretty similar to the other one. This one's also grass-fed, made with milk from cows that spend at least 95% of the year outside. So you're getting higher quality milk, right? Because that's what whey is made out of, right? So if that's important to you, that's great, right? It's a higher quality source for that. And I'm curious, at least on bodybuilding.com, maybe it might just be a website thing, and it looks like it is. I haven't been on bodybuilding.com in like literally almost like 5 years, probably 10 years. Notice how it's like not sharing what's inside it, right? So people are primarily making their buying decisions when it comes to supplements by this non-member or BodyFit member pricing, right? The flavors and the sizing. And I'm super curious of why they're not diving deeper into what's inside it. It's just, hey, here's this protein. Hey, here's the label if you kind of want to look at it, and then that's it, right? Very, very curious. I don't know if it's just because Legion is an outside company compared to bodybuilding.com, because now let's actually go over to the Legion Athletics website. Again, this is just for example purposes. Let's look up the same protein, same flavor, same everything, cinnamon cereal. I don't know why, but the quality is better. This one looks like they copy and pasted it from the website. Do you see that? Super weird. The quality is like different. Anyway, the big thing is the information that they provide, right? the small dairy farms that they mentioned when it comes to the quality of the milk products, where are they sourced from? Well, they're sourced from Ireland via sustainable farming practices. That's awesome, right? Has all of these regulations, right? Non-GMO project verified, animal welfare approved, no artificial growth hormones, the whey is made from milk from hormone and antibiotic-free cows, right? That's important to the quality. Certified to contain no banned substance by the Labdoor, tested for sport analysis. Labdoor is one of the most. I remember I was looking at Labdoor analysis on all these different types of supplements out there, and typically I would avoid the supplements that were not basically approved as a gold standard from Labdoor, pretty much. But here's the key thing that I wanted to kind of go over, which is how much of each of these ingredients are in here. So one thing I like about the website, particularly when it comes to Legion, is it provides the support, the scientific support. And again, this is something for a higher level conversation for those of you who are more experienced. We could dive into the actual research, but they provide the papers at the bottom here, I believe, of where they sourced their scientifically backed papers. And this is really awesome because you can actually go into all of this data that they compiled about everything when it comes to this supplement. But not only that, when it comes to the education of the ingredients inside, it's so important to understand that, right? What's inside the supplement? Let me get educated on this. Where are the scientifically supported evidence when it comes to whey protein supplements? Here's the actual Labdoor breakdown of the supplement. This is amazing, right? So if you're really trying to look into the data, it's all provided. Of course, you can Google search this stuff. But yeah, it's incredible when it comes to having that awareness of what's inside what you're taking. So all that being said, that is whey protein. So what to look for when it comes to a whey protein supplement? Pretty self-explanatory. Not trying to buy the cheapest whey protein supplement, number one. Number two, making sure that you are breaking down the ingredients label, the serving size, the calories, and the proteins, making sure that you're getting a good amount of quality whey protein, which is important. And how do you determine that? Well, it depends on the information that they provide when it comes to the whey protein supplement. Where does it come from? What form is it in? How much amino acids are inside? It's all important information when it comes to getting the quality that you need when it comes to a whey protein supplement and things like that. So that's that. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Then I'm going to give you my other recommendation. Again, this is a beginner's guide to supplementation. Remember that in the pyramid, it's the lowest. You should not be focusing on a ton of supplements. And then I'll give one bonus exception depending on particular challenges that you might be facing that a supplement can help. Got something in the chat. My grandparents were encouraged to have more protein. My family didn't know what protein to buy. They just defaulted to Premier Protein that is at the grocery store. Very long list of ingredients. Yeah, gotta definitely be aware of the ingredients, making sure they're not shoving fillers down in there, and you're actually getting some quality ingredients. It's so important. So other than that, let me jump back over here. I believe we are back at bodybuilding.com. Next supplement that I recommend most beginners take is creatine. Creatine is the most researched supplement on the planet. Now, there's a ton of creatine supplements. There's Chewies. There's micronized creatine. Different forms of creatine monohydrate. There's hydrochloride. There's all these different ways you could get your creatine in through fruity drinks. Little. You could get it through pill form. There's so many different ways you can get protein or creatine. Now, the big thing when it comes to creatine is, cool, which form of it do I take, right? The simple answer is monohydrate. It's important to, again, just understand that when it comes to supplementation, it's not about taking it one time, right? When you're taking a supplement and you choose to buy supplements, you got to make sure that you're being consistent with it, right? You can't just buy creatine monohydrate and then take it once and then have it not take it for the next 2 months, right? It takes time for your body to saturate creatine. Now, what is creatine for? Well, there's actually a number of incredible benefits when it comes to creatine, when it comes to your cognition and your brain. That's a huge underrated form of creatine that or benefit of creatine that most people don't focus on. But primary way is performance. Most people primarily take creatine to improve their strength, overall muscle growth and performance, because basically if you can increase your strength, increase your performance inside the gym, you can build more muscle. You can also also look bigger because the creatine drives water into the muscle cells, so you can actually look bigger in a way. But this was probably one of the supplements that I've been taking for the longest, other than protein. I highly recommend creatine monohydrate. And again, there's a lot of affordable ways to kind of get creatine. And monohydrate, 5 grams a day, is typically what I recommend. Again, there's different forms of creatine. Micronized creatine is a little bit more digestible, so you can kind of mix it in water and without it, being chunky. And for a lot of people, that's really important. In my opinion, just doing tons of research, hydrochloride and all these other more expensive forms of creatine are not necessary. It's honestly a waste of money. You can get the same result if you have patience, right? Big benefit of hydrochloride is that it's more faster digesting, or basically your muscles can saturate creatine hydrochloride faster, so you don't have to go through what we call as a loading phase. And most people are impatient, so they just opt for the faster thing naturally. But you can literally spend less, wait an extra week or so, 10 days, taking 5 grams a day, and you'll get to the same place. As long as you're consistently taking it every single day, that's what matters the most. So yeah, creatine monohydrate, a lot of different forms. You can go deeper into different types of monohydrate, where it's coming from, but in my opinion, specifically for this, it's just creatine monohydrate. There's really not too much that you can look into, and if you are looking deeper into it, expect to pay more money. Like, that's the big thing. You can get pretty much the same result taking monohydrate compared to hydrochloride if you have patience. So all that being said, that is the top 2 supplements. Fat burners, definitely not. Primarily nutrition is going to be the best way to lose body fat. Appetite control, again, changing what you eat, making sure that you are having foods that are going to keep you satiated throughout the day. Having frequent meals throughout the day is important when it comes to appetite, especially on a fat loss phase. CLA, again, goes into the fat burning category. Definitely don't recommend that. L-carnitine, this is an interesting one. I don't classify this as a beginner friendly one, but if you are trying to optimize fat loss and you're getting into lower body fat percentages, if you are advanced, definitely recommend that. Other ones, multivitamins, sure. Again, nutrition. If you're getting your micronutrients and you have a balanced diet, rich in green leafy vegetables, different types of fruits, and a variety of different types of foods, you should be getting your vitamins and your micronutrients primarily via nutrition. So definitely don't recommend that unless you really your diet's really bad. Then if your diet's really bad, you probably should focus more on the nutritional part. Superfoods, greens, and all these other kind of different types of supplements. Again, this is like a case-by-case basis, right? If you have joint issues, things like that, sure, you can kind of look into some joint supplements and some collagen and stuff like that. If you have digestion issues, sure, you can kind of go into there and look into some digestion supplements. But again, I really want to just emphasize the fact that majority of the progress that you're going to be making on your health and fitness journey as a beginner should primarily be driven by nutrition. Nutrition is going to solve almost all of your problems when it comes to digestion, when it comes to joints, when it comes to mental performance and cognition, and all these different things. Learn the nutritional part first before you start trying to plug it in or even think about optimizing what you're already doing. Because remember, if there's one thing to take away from this conversation, is supplementation is only meant to supplement. It will only improve what you've already built when it comes to your foundation with your nutrition and your overall lifestyle. It's not going to replace it. It will never replace it. And it will only amplify what you're already doing. That's it. Not all supplements are the same. So you can't take 2 supplements and expect to get the same results. You must look deeper into the ingredients, where it's coming from, what's inside, and really understand the quality of that supplement. If you don't know the quality of the supplement, most likely I wouldn't buy it, right? I would consult, reach out to myself, or anyone who is knowledgeable in that area, so that they can kind of guide you. Or you can just shop at Legion Athletics. I vouch for all their supplements because they provide that information, and you can make an educated, logical decision. Of course, all the ingredients are higher quality, so it's going to be more expensive, but paying for quality is always going to be the best when it comes to investing in supplementation. Period. Higher quality supplements are always going to be better. You're going to get the best bang for your buck, 100%. So, all that being said, we have our academy, which is our online course. We do have quests inside of our academy that actually teach you a little bit more of specifically on some of these supplements, and also opportunities to implement other supplements as well if you want to learn more. But more importantly, in our academy, we teach the nutritional component. The nutritional aspect is going to make or break your progress in the health and fitness game, and making sure you're equipped with the right knowledge and the right wisdom about nutrition that you can apply literally today is going to completely transform your trajectory when it comes to your overall health, and when or if you achieve your health and fitness goals. So consider enrolling into the academy. We are actually closing it on July 21st. So If you are interested in the Academy, visit infiniterpg.com. That's INFITNITE RPG.com. And feel free to head over to Adventure and select the Academy, and you can take our Academy trials, which is just our pre-qualification quiz. And if you pass the quiz, then the Academy is a great fit for you, and you can dive a little bit deeper into what that experience is going to be like. So highly recommended. Even if you're just kind of interested, I would just take the quiz, see if you qualify, and we can always suggest other paths of giving you that knowledge. Like I mentioned in the very beginning, we have our archives. You can access that for free by joining Bronze Tier at our website. You can dive deeper into the pyramid of nutrition priorities like I was sharing earlier. Yeah, I already closed it. But yeah, you can access a lot of this information. I'll actually drop links below in YouTube so you can look deeper into this. I'll also drop a link for some supplements that I personally recommend from Legion if you want to dive into that. And yeah, any comments, any questions, any feedback before I let you all go? Did you enjoy this chat? Pretty simple, self-explanatory. We got good to know what to watch out for. No problem. Happy to be here and support. Awareness is key, especially when you are making buying decisions for your health and fitness journey. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in for another Warrior Wednesday. I'll be back again next Wednesday. Look out for the next week's topic. If you want me to cover anything in particular, let me know. Feel free to reach out to myself on Discord or our Facebook group or via direct message. And as always, this is your Master Wizard Walt, your guide by your side on your adventure through Infinite, the Fitness Fantasy RPG. And I'll see you next Warrior Wednesday. Conquer the day, Warrior. See ya.